everyone. I wanted to film a drugstore fall makeup tutorial for you, so that's what I did today. I came up with this and I really like it. It wasn't difficult at all. Anyone can do this, and it was super fun, and I am in love with this lip color. I just got it, and it's one of my new favorite fall lipsticks from the drugstore, and just in general, one of my favorite fall lipsticks. I just did a orangey, warm toned with some red in the crease. It's very, very warm toned, appropriate for fall, with a bold lip. I know the eyes and the lips are both bold, but it's my first tutorial and my first fall makeup tutorial, so I figured might as well go big or go home, right? So I went bold for you. I'll have some more neutral looks later, and the camera's not entirely picking up how bold this is. It actually is very, very bold. I'll get a little closer. But yeah, I hope you like this, and if you want to figure out how to do this makeup look, then just keep watching. Bye! Okay, so I'm just pulling my hair back, and I am starting with a cleaned face, and I'm using the e.l.f. Eyelid Primer just as a base for my eyeshadow. And I'm wearing a jacket because it was raining outside, so it was super cold. Don't mind that. I'm using the Morphe Brushes Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette, and this was limited edition, but you can still buy every shade separately on Morphe.com. And these shadows don't have names, so I just point to it throughout it. So I'm taking that brown that I showed you with a Morphe MB23 and just blending this into the crease. This will be our transition shade. I'm just using windshield wiper motions and blending this into the crease. You don't have to be too careful with this because this is just the transition shade, so you can be somewhat messy. Then we're going in with this more warm tone brown and a Morphe MB13 and going more precisely into the crease with this color. And I'm also building up some of this color on the outer V, as you can see. This just helps to add depth and dimension to the look at the end. Now I'm going in with ColourPop eyeshadow and Drift. I wanted there to be some red in this look, so that's why I'm using this. And I'm using the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush because I want to apply this to my crease, not to my eyelid. I know there is some shimmer in this shade, but when you use this brush, it doesn't pick up in the crease at all, so it doesn't look strange. It looks like a matte eyeshadow. And it just provides a flush of red, as you can see. It's very pretty and very sheer. I am now going in with the ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadow in Game Face. And I'm using my finger because this is the best way to apply it. I noticed that this is a little bit hard to build up. It wasn't as vibrant as I wanted it to be at first, but it does, once you build it up, it looks gorgeous. I'm just going in here with a little bit more to build it up and to really make it pop. And don't worry about fallout because this shade does have a little bit of fallout. We're going to go back later and clean it up with a makeup removing wipe. That's why we're doing the the eyes first. And I'm using this dual-ended Eco Tools brush. It came in a set. There were two dual-ended brushes. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I'll leave it down below. I'm just using the blending side of one of the brushes. And I'm using that red matte shade that I showed you. This is just to deepen up that drift color that I put on the crease earlier. I wanted it to be a little bit more red. The drift color has a little bit more cranberry, I'd say. So I'm just deepening it up and making it look more red with this color. This look is a lot of blending. You basically just go back and forth with the same colors and blend. And now I'm going in with a darker brown shade so that I can deepen up the outer V. Just placing that on the outer V. And this matte orange shade that I'm going into the crease with that MB23 brush from Morphe, is just to warm up the look. It doesn't change it too much. You don't need to be afraid of this color. It just helps blend and it warms up the look a little bit. And I'm going in with this orange shadow right next to the one we just used, just to set the ColourPop shadow that we used in Game Face kind of, and to just make it a little bit more vibrant. And I'm going in with no additional product right now and just blending out that shade that I just put down. Like I said, this is just a lot of blending, and you just have to be patient with yourself and it'll come together. And again, just I took the larger brush because I like this one more for blending, and I just was blending. And that brown shade wasn't as deep as I wanted it, so I'm just going over it again. Just building it up, because you don't want to go in with too much product at once or it'll look like you have a black eye and it'll be harder to blend out, so you just have to go in steps building it up. And now I'm just blending with this MB13 with no additional product. You can see that it's getting deeper and building up quite nicely if you go back and forth with the same shades and just blend your way through it. And some of that orange got blended away on the lid, so we're just retouching that. And I'm using that same orange shade to blend everything together and warm up the look. And now I'm taking this makeup remover wipe and just getting rid of any fallout and cleaning up the outer part of my eye and creating a sort of a cat eye, as you can see. And I'm taking the NYX Angel Veil Primer and just priming my skin. We'll continue with the eyes later, it's just I want to do my face now, because we're done with the stuff that will have fallout. And I'm using the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup in the shade Natural Ivory. This is a very, I like this foundation. It has a luminous finish, sort of, but it's not too dewy. I think it works well for dry skin, because that's what I have. And it lasts all day, I've noticed. And I'm just blending that out with the Real Technique sculpting brush. This is technically meant for contouring, but it works very well for me for foundation, and it fits in between my eyebrows perfectly. I don't know if you saw, but I was using this brush and the foundation to clean up my outer corners of my eye a little bit more. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 15 Fair, and I'm highlighting with this and also concealing my under eyes and the redness that I have on my nose. I have a lot of redness on my nose. It's not really picking up how much redness I have. You don't need this much concealer on your nose, but my foundation, I've had trouble finding a foundation that covers up the redness on my nose. And I'm using the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge to blend out that concealer. This is my favorite way to apply concealer, is with this sponge. It's very good. And now I'm taking the Wet n Wild contouring palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. And I'm taking that yellow shade and just setting everywhere that I put concealer, so under my eyes, on my nose, in the middle of my eyebrows, above the lip, and then on the chin, just where I highlighted and concealed, so that your concealer doesn't crease. And I'm going in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in the shade Buff Beige. And I'm just setting my foundation with this. Make sure that you get your ears. This is important. People often forget that, but it helps just make your face match your entire body. And then I'm going in with the other side and bronzing using the Real Techniques blush brush. I use the Real Techniques setting brush for under my eyes, and I use the e.l.f. complexion brush to set my foundation, in case you were wondering. I'm just bronzing with this. I'm not really contouring. I'm just warming up my face. Also make sure you get your ears with this because you don't want your face to be darker than your ears or your neck. So I'm blending it down my neck as well. And then I'm taking the e.l.f. blush in the shade, I believe it is Peachy Keen. Yes, it is the shade Peachy Keen. And I'm just taking that Real Techniques blush brush again. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter in Moonlight Pearls and putting that on with the e.l.f. Small Tapered brush. And I'm just putting this everywhere you would normally highlight, just above the cheekbones, bridge of the nose, above your not above your cupid's bow, your chin, and then a little bit on the forehead. And then I'm going in with the NYX Micro Eyebrow Pencil in the shade Taupe. And I don't need to fill in my eyebrows too much because I have naturally thick eyebrows. I'm just touching it up a bit. And then I'm going in with the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara in the shade Clear and just putting this on my eyebrows to keep my eyebrows in place. This works very well at keeping your eyebrows in place. And I wanted to add a little bit of plumminess to the look because purple is often used during fall time. It's a popular shade for fall, so I wanted to incorporate this. So I'm just working this underneath my lash line, very close to the lashes. And again, I'm using one of those dual-ended Eco Tools brush. I'll leave it down below. And going in with that original transition shade that we used at the beginning and just blending out that plum shade. And then I wanted to deepen up the lower lash line even more, so I'm taking that red that we used in the crease and putting this even closer to the lash line. This just really gives the look a lot more depth. And then again, blending it out. And everything from here on out is just touching up. Just adding some more orange on the lid and more red into the crease, just building everything up. And making sure everything looks the way that I want it. Like I said, it's just a lot of the same steps until you're happy with what you have and it's as deep and dark as you want it to be. I wanted mine to have a lot of dimension, so I repeat steps. And I'm using this e.l.f. highlighter again and just highlighting the inner corners of my eyelids and also my eyebrow bone with the e.l.f. contour brush. And then I'm going in with the Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner in the shade Espresso. I didn't want to use a black eyeliner because I felt like that would be too harsh with this look. I thought brown would look better with the colors that I used. You can also use gel eyeliner if you want to, but I wanted to keep this look a little bit more simple. I've already incorporated the cat eye effect with the makeup wipe that we used earlier. And then I'm using this Jordana Best Extreme Lash Mascara in the shade Black. This works very, very well. It really volumizes and curls your lashes, and it's only about $2. It's awesome. It's a very good mascara. So I'm applying 2 coats of this. You can see there how much volume it gives. It's a very good mascara. I highly recommend it. And then I'm going in with the Jordana Easyliner Lip Liner in the shade Tawny. Any lip liner will work. I just needed to line my lips for the dark shade that I was going in with later. Just line your lips as you normally would. And then I'm going in with the Maybelline Creamy Matte Sensational Lipstick in the shade Burgundy Blush. I love this lipstick, it's so pretty. It's very creamy, it's very comfortable formula. I would highly recommend any of the lipsticks in this line. It's one of the best lipstick formulas at the drugstore. Now the makeup look is complete. I hope you enjoyed and thanks for watching.